So, previously, I had set up Subscribestar tiers and rewards. Links in the descriptions to that video. Well, I've reevaluated my goals and the tiers, and also, I have a Patreon now. So, what happened is exactly what happened before when I first set up my commission prices. The first time I set it up, I was overconfident and I ended up overselling my talent. I then later adjusted my prices to be more reasonable. Obviously, I didn't learn my lesson, so I overpriced my Subscribestar rewards. I have readjusted my pricing alongside setting up a Patreon to make the opportunity of supporting me more affordable and easier. I'll go over my reward tiers for Subscribestar and Patreon. They will be the same for each site, so whichever site you go with, you'll be getting the same as everyone else. $3 a month. This tier allows you to be updated with early previews and rough drafts of art and animatics. You will also get to see the posts of the finished art of our published works like the Dice Wars rulebook. For $5 a month, this is the voting tier. You'll get to vote for polls to determine what some of the projects we work on next will be. The polls will be for determining what 3D prints to do, what official art I draw, and what lore videos we work on next, when we get around to them. Since I have both a Patreon and Subscribestar, these polls will happen simultaneously and the results will be added together. These polls will be different than the ones I've done before on DeviantArt and Reddit. In those polls, people got to vote for what factions and unit types to focus on next. Essentially, the voting on Patreon and Subscribestar is on specific units and art pieces. So for example, the DeviantArt and Reddit polls choose for me to focus on the Army Mech Rangers next. I then post on Patreon and Subscribestar plans for specific Army Mech Ranger units. For $10 a month, this is the commission reward tier. These aren't like the normal commissions you can get from using my Ko-fi page. For $10 a month, you get to choose one of the following commissions. Reward Commission Format Wardrobe. Here's an example of the wardrobe format. Simple color for any character or creature that you want some head studies, and alternative clothes, including any equipment and weapons they have. Then there's the reward commission format for front and back. Here's an example of the front and back format. It's simple color for an armor, vehicle, mech, or monster that you want a front and back view to cover all details. There's room for technical drawings of different gear and also where to put various equipment and weapons. What's neat about this tier is that this is a refreshing reward. Every 4 months you're subscribed, you get another one of these commissions. Think of it as a tri-annual reward for continuing to support my work. We will try to keep track of this, but if we ever forget to do one, then please email me and I'll get to work on your commission. Now, for commissions, I'll do any genre. Fantasy, modern, sci-fi. I know I've built up my whole brand around my love of a certain subgenre of mecha, but I'll draw what you want. Whatever genre, fan art, and even some fine, sexy fan service commissions. As long as it's not straight up porn. A unique perk of having this commission tier, you can choose for me to do a commission based off of the Colony Wars 2060 setting, and that commission would actually be made into an actual part of the 2060 lore. Want to make a unique elite mech for the setting? Then it will become a custom unit. Want to make an OC to pilot that mech? Then you'll have a pilot now part of the growing roster of pilots of the Colony Wars. There is a limitation, of course. Any mech or vehicle commissioned would be a unique variant or custom unit and not a widely adopted machine in lore. This is because every force in the setting already has established mass-produced units. Also, if you want a character, everything goes as long as it's human. This is a near-future setting, taking place in Earth's near future. So, no aliens, monster girls, elves, or hedgehogs. Of course, if you want me to draw anything like that, I will. It just won't become part of 2060. When it comes to wanting something added officially to the 2060 setting, there are some canon limitations. Of course, this is mostly negotiable. I love bouncing ideas off of other people. But I'm excited when it comes to this perk. I've enjoyed watching others make fan lore of the 2060 setting, and I can't wait to see the ideas that my $10 tier members will have. For example, the Zapado-Slavian Union and the Rabid Rabbits, these fan ideas were made official part of the 2060 lore. The Rabid Rabbits use custom mechs, and so do the Zab, but in these cases their mechs are used in limitation in the setting, with them belonging to mercs and a rebel group, not used by the major militaries of the setting. What's great about your pieces of art becoming part of the lore is that they can easily fit in potential comics, lore videos, technical manuals, and animatics, and maybe, potentially 3D models for 3D printing. So join the $10 tier if you're interested in triannual art pieces and want to help build the Colony Wars 2060 brand. I am also updating my long-term subscription goals. I hope to hit $500 a month. That allows me to stay at my current cheap abode, pay for food, internet, and other expenses, and allows me to work more on my art projects and bring you animatics, webcomics, and books and videos. And the long-term goal is to get to $1,200 a month. That amount should be enough to move into a better apartment, so I don't have to share a kitchen and a bathroom anymore. And of course, I'd still be working to bring you the content you subscribed for. My goal is to build a multimedia brand of my ideas. Most notably the near future warfare setting of Colony Wars 2060, as that will be our flagship brand. Colony Wars will have everything from videos to comics, to technical books, 3D models for 3D printing that can be played with rules we develop for use in our wargame systems like Dice Wars. So please consider supporting my work. This has been Armail, Real Mechas Love. Have a good one.